Hey, this is the shack that Dennis built, and today we're going to dig this incredibly long trench. It's going to be like 270 feet long, and we're going to drop some electrical in it. We're going to drop some plumbing in it so we can put electrical in for a 30 amp breaker for our RV, plus water and a sprinkler system while we're at it. So stick with us in this episode and make sure you like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.
This is amazing! This tractor just cuts right through here like crazy!
Look at that. We got all of our trenches dug, and we had so much fun we even dug an extra trench we didn't plan on to run water the other side of the house. We'll show you what this trenching looks like. We're going to run water to there. We're going to run electrical to there. And then we're even going to run some more electrical right there. Got some more trenches, and the trenches go all the way down there to where the RV pad is going to be. Down at the end, we have a post down there for our electrical. Well, the next fun thing is to fill these ditches. I'm starting to put my direct bury Ethernet cable in, and let me show you what I'm doing. And what I've decided to do is that even though it's direct bury, I decided that since it's such a thin cord, number one, and I don't want any animals cutting through that. My engineer friend said that that might not be a good idea. But number two, I'm going to run electrical in the same ditch. And while there's apparently, after some research, there's no code that says you can't run them side by side, my engineer friend says there's the possibility you might get some noise on your Ethernet cable if you run it right next to electrical. So, just to be safe, I decided to go with conduit. And so we're putting the conduit in the ditch right now. The Ethernet cable inside the conduit, and the conduit comes up to a box, and I've got plenty of extra rolled up inside there. It's probably going to come popping out. No, it's not. All right. So that's how I've got that set up. We're ready to hook up internet on this side. Getting ready to put my electrical box on my 4x4, but I want you to notice that my 4x4 is wider than the box. So what I've done is I've cut a 2x6, and I'm going to attach that to the beam. I'm going to attach that to the beam and attach my box to that 2x6. So what we're putting in the ground is the 6 gauge, or it says 600 volts. And because we're going so far, we need a thicker gauge of wire. And you need to check with, I checked with an engineer friend of mine and Home Depot and code, and they all agreed that this is what I need to do. The power in, we're going to drop it in there. We've already got the conduit for the Ethernet, and what I read was this: if you put a little twist in this every so often, supposedly it changes polarity and helps reduce the buzz, if there's any buzz, going from the electric to the conduit. So let's go put it in. I'll start on this end here. Plenty. Just start dropping it in there. A little twist in there. probably twists all by itself, honestly. Then get some conduit, and we're just going to fish this through the conduit. Just because I don't want anything to damage this above ground. And then we'll fish this underneath the house. It's going to go underneath the house, all the way to the other end, and then to the power box. So we'll just start shoving it in there. There it is. Getting ready to put our PVC in there for our water line. We're going to drop it in there along with the trench, along with the other electrical, and we have direct buried electrical and conduit for the Ethernet. So what I'm doing is I'm getting these things ready with this purple primer. I'm going to primer these all up. The purpose of the primer is to make sure you kind of clean it off a little bit, as well as make it so that the glue sticks well. The last thing you want is for glue not to stick, because leaks are so bad. So always have extra more purple primer than you do glue, so just put plenty of it on there, clean it off well, and put that primer on there, baby. And it stays, look! You get the purple on you and the blue glue. I'm telling you what, I am just glued and primered up. So we're going to glue some pipe together. And again, because I hate leaky pipe, I'm going to put glue on this side and on that side. Just like this. We'll just put a little glue in there like that. Put glue around there like that. And then we'll put it together. And we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason I'm going to hold it for 30 seconds is I hate leaky pipe. I'm going to put a faucet in here. This is really kind of a faucet that goes to the side of the building to screw it in the building. It's one of those freeze cap type ones that will pop instead of ruining the whole thing. And I'm going to put it about that high right there. That ought to be just about right to put one of those, to put insulation over it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut this post right there. I'll do that right now. Just like that. And then what we'll do is we're going to set this. I cut it too stinking low, didn't I? Oh well, that's where it's going to be. What in the world did you cut it so stinking low for? What is wrong with you, boy? Alright. So we're done with the screw up, and we'll move on from there. So we're going to put our elbow on here. And we've got some plumber's tape. Wrap the bottom of this with plumber's tape. Why? Because we don't want it to leak. That's why. Alright, see if we can screw this on there with the plumber's tape on it. I was probably supposed to use a wrench. Like that, okay. So that's gonna sit. What are you laughing at?
I did a close-up of your face when you were doing that.
Alright, so now we got that. Now we need to get the right length of this pipe. So if you've never used one of these things, they're easy to use. You just like this. Now watch. magic.
Abracadabra.
Then we take our purple primer. Prime that up. Prime this up really good. And let it dry. Only takes a couple seconds to let it dry, by the way. Glue in there. Glue on there. It's going to be on there. And hold it for 30 seconds. 1, 2. A couple zip ties. Zip tie this thing to the post so it stays secure. So that when people go ahead and turn the water off and jerk the hose, they don't jerk it out of there. So I'm out here at the end and I just put the water in, and I've got the water faucet sitting there. I just bled it off. You can see that there's water on the ground, water coming out here, and so I bled out the air. Now that I've got water in the line, I'm going to walk down the line, and every connection I'm going to check. This is the pole man's way of checking the connection. Typically a plumber will use air pressure. He'll pressure it up, make sure that there's no air leaks, and he'll let it sit for 24 hours. So this is the pole man's way of doing things here. Checking the line. You can see we've got water in there, we've got conduit, and then we have electrical in there, all running in the same pit. So far, they've been dry. We like dry. No drips anywhere. Checking down the line. And down here you can see what we've done is we've added another line. This is a sprinkler system that we're going to hook up. So that's looking good. Checking the water line. And I got another water faucet there. I turned on and bled that one as well. Getting ready to hook up the electrical here. And I pulled this out of the box. This is where we're going to hook this end up to. And I got an extra ground in there already. This side broken off. Not good. But what I got to do, the first thing I got to do is there's a knockout on the bottom there that I got to knock out. There's, if I can get it, there's some in there. We got to get to the bottom of the barrel. Get this blue glue. Just enough. Okay. And we'll put the wire through the pipe. Put the pipe up through here. Gotta run that wire up in there first. Barely fits. Got the washer to put on. All right, I'm going to take this cutter here and I am going to cut and free each of those up so they'll be independent, so I can put them in the receptacle. Hook up my 30 amp receptacle, and typically silver is white, gold is black. Got black, white, and ground. Green is ground. Okay. Tighten this thing down. Okay. And then we'll put this up in there. Okay, give it a hard push. Come on.
Plug it in.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I see it. I see it, but this is not magnetic. And got it.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I grabbed just a bunch of dirt.
Amazing.
There we go. Hey, so I got this side done. And here I am at the end of another long project. I went and hooked up a breaker and put a couple outlets on there so that I can get power out to my RV. And this is a shack that Dennis built, and this is the electrical panel that sits at the shack that Dennis built. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.